Rahkua here with HHB Media, and tell us the inspiration behind your film and what inspired you to become a filmmaker.
The inspiration behind my film was just basically just making non-stereotypical characters for African Americans, talking about dating, showing that we can actually love and have real issues without trauma, and just basically just having a fun, lighthearted, funny movie. Like, I love comedies, so that's kind of like my wheelhouse. So I just really wanted to do that. And in general, what inspired me to make film is just, I mean, I've been telling stories since I was a little kid. And my dad really inspired me. He has since passed, but he's always been the one that's been instilling, like, you know, just do it and following my dreams. And so I just am a storyteller at heart. So I just have always been passionate about film.
So my name is Minda, and the film is The Distance Between. It's about the highs and lows of friendship. It takes work to keep up with relationships, but I don't think we put a lot of emphasis on our platonic relationships. So the film shows two friends who span the course of their friendship is 30 years, and so and they all of the conversations that they have take place in the car. So yeah.
Gotcha, thank you. And what do you feel like your biggest challenge was in making this film?
Well, I'm a first-time filmmaker, so I think, and I wrote, directed, and produced, so there was a lot I didn't know. There was a lot of things that I had on my notes and to-do list, but a lot of that just goes out the window when you get to set. And so I really enjoyed the process, but I think that next time around, I probably wouldn't do all of the roles. I was casting, I was doing all the things, but I'm glad I did that because I now know the importance of what a PA does and what other roles are.
I'm Rahkua with HHB Media, and I would love to know what the inspiration behind your film is, and tell them what your film is.
Okay, I'm representing for my brother Ime Alaquiva. He's the director of a movie that will be screening here called The Ebony Canal, and it's about black infant mortality. So for the most part, black women and brown women, their babies die at a 2 times more rate than anybody else. So basically it's covering that, and for the most part, really trying to get the word out there because everyone has known somebody who's gone through that.
Yeah, what do you feel like the biggest challenge was in completing this film?
That's a good question. As far as me, I'm the composer, so I'm representing for the director, and the biggest challenge was to make sure I had the marriage of the picture and the music correctly, because I didn't want to take away from the message at all. So the marriage between the music and the picture is what I was most concerned about, and what was the most challenge, but we pulled it off, I think.
I'm Rahkua with HHB Media, here with Rob, and tell us what the inspiration behind your film is.
So the inspiration behind, I had 2 films actually, music videos to be exact, 278 and 14 cents and Got It Bad. With 278 and 14 cents, I was a struggling artist, musician, and I had a paycheck one day, and it inspired my song with me and my buddy that I created it with, and I wrote it in about 10 minutes. Never knew that it would end up to this moment, so it was just a beautiful feeling to create something from the heart and to be received very well. Got It Bad, it was just me having fun, just getting in my R&B bag and just trying something different. I wrote and co-directed the video with my team, and I'm just grateful that it came out a success.
So I'm here with the film A Baleful Reunion, which I was the writer, director, and editor for. This was my senior thesis film for my bachelor's degree from Syracuse University, and the main inspiration for this film was I really wanted to write a story highlighting 2 characters that knew each other really well but then get estranged for a while, and I wanted to depict the moment when they meet and they're 2 very different people, but they have the memory of themselves from 18 years ago. So seeing how that dynamic plays out in a really intense situation is what this film's about. It's a 20-minute short film, and it all takes place in real time. So it takes place during 20 minutes of the actual narrative, which was a challenge to do, but yeah.
I was going to ask, what do you feel like your biggest challenge was, but it sounds like filming the 20-minute narrative.
Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty contained film. It all takes place inside a house and in a car right outside the house. So location-wise, we had one location, but logistically, it takes place during daytime, basically over a 20-minute span. So making our lighting continuity and planning our schedule, we had a 3-day shoot, and it was 12 hours each day from sunrise to sunset. So we had to really maximize the daylight, and from a logistical standpoint, that was pretty challenging for our lighting team.
All right, I'm Rahkua with HHB Media. Tell us what the inspiration behind your film is, and tell them who you are.
My name is Kai, and this is Neil.
I'm Neil. Yeah. I composed, and
I directed and created the film. I think that I wrote this script and filmed it back in 2021, and that was right after the Black Lives Matter movement. And what was really inspiring was how I felt as a black man in this country, and the idea that, just to sidestep a little bit, the number of black people that get killed probably almost every year is about 500 people by the police. And compared to that, 13% of the American population is black. That's a really, the number of people that actually get killed, which is really tragic, is a lot smaller than the actual population. But it was a worldwide movement where everybody around the world was standing up for this horrible cause, for this horrible situation, tragedy that happens. So the fact that people were people felt so much pain from the small amount really influenced me in the fact that I'll be walking in the streets and I'll see the cop on the other side and I'll walk on the other way. So I was really internalizing the racism that was happening in the world. And so I wanted to represent that through, and I felt that was kind of the same way for an artist who, like their internal criticism. And so I wanted to represent that through the fact that this canvas, or she hallucinates this canvas as this menacing shirtless white guy. And so that internalization was an important part for me. And I didn't really do a good job showing the Black Lives Matter aspect, which was a really huge part for me, but I think it was an honest piece while I was in college, and finally got together, edited the film, and yeah, we're here now.
Hi, I'm Rahkua from HHB Media, here with Vernon with Intervention. Tell us the inspiration behind your film.
Well, inspiration was to try to do a different type of storyline and do something a little bit controversial, so I think we accomplished that.
Yeah, what do you feel like your proudest moment was?
I think their performances was the best thing out of this whole film. It's a two-man film, which is hard to pull off, but they nailed their performances, so that's my proud moment.
I'm Rahkua with HHB Media, and tell us your name, your film.
Taylor Sane.
Taylor Sane, and what's your movie?
Pizza Killer.
The Pizza Killer, all right. What was your biggest inspiration behind making The Pizza Killer?
I heard of the story, and it sort of drew me to the story. First black serial killer, L.A., and for some weird reason, I was just drawn to the story, and I came up with the concept along with David Watts for the movie Pizza Killer.
I imagine doing something that's based on a true story might have some challenges. What do you feel like the biggest ones were in making this, completing the film?
Research. You know, research is important on a project like that, and just making sure you are careful. Like how they just hit the light, you got to be very careful.
Yes.